Host Bun B. Intelligent ish talk, intelligent shit talk, where we balance the profound with the profane. Political satire, celebrity and expert guests, information and entertainment, conversation and solutions. Leave your feelings at the door.
I swear I was on the phone with Apple for 3 hours yesterday trying to fix this goddamn glitch. It is still happening. That's why I didn't come live with y'all yesterday, man. I was on the phone with Apple from 8 a.m. to like 11 a.m. trying to fix this goddamn glitch. And I thought it was fixed. Yet here we are. Whatever. Thank y'all for joining me. We're gonna talk about some stuff here, man. This dude Bun B. I don't know if y'all saw this interview that he did, this snippet of an interview. And today's show isn't gonna be just about Bun B. It's gonna be about gatekeeping the culture in general, you know? There seems to be a lot of confusion between contribution and influence. You dig? There seems to be a lot of the confusion between creation and consumer. Niggas be thinking just because somebody consumes something doesn't mean they're a creator or deserve any kind of acknowledgement for the creation or the pioneering of anything. Niggas drink Coke and Pepsi every goddamn day. Do Coke and Pepsi give you credit for consuming a product? What are you talking about, DeJuan? What happened? Let me play this video for you. Let me play the video what Bun B said. And this is what today's whole show is going to be about. It's going to be not just directly about Bun B, but just the culture of black folks always giving away our stuff and the culture of other people freely taking. But how can you get all the way mad at someone else for taking when you got niggas that love to give so much? What am I talking about? Let's play it real quick, shall we? Let me come on over here. All right, listen to this right here, all right? I want you to listen to this. I saw this all over Twitter today. And listen to this. Math. All right. We're going to break that all the way down, all right? We're going to go back with that. Let me shut this shit up. We're going to go back with that. We're going to take this down slowly because there's a few things that are problematic. On one hand, I have no issue with consumer bases being acknowledged on one hand. On the other hand, what I don't like is the fact that our black artists don't acknowledge the black audience in the same way. What I don't see is we don't give to each other what we're willing to extend to other people. The only reason why Bun B is relevant is because Black Houston put him on the scene. That's the only reason why we even know who he is. Completely us. But when they talk about us, you ever notice when they talk about black people, it's what can the Democrats do for you, and why are we killing each other? Why are we shooting each other? The greatness of our culture is never, almost ever, never acknowledged by the rappers who benefit from the greatness of our culture. But then they turn around and want to throw out some shit like this. Willing to extend courtesies to other groups that we're not willing to give to each other. That's the first point of what I'm talking about today. How is it, as we as a people, if before we change anything that we got going on, we have to be willing to give of ourselves what we want from other people. We got to be willing to do that. We got to love ourselves more. Because what happens is we tend to want to extend to others a humanity that we don't give to ourselves, an acknowledgement that we don't give to ourselves. And again, I don't have an issue with him acknowledging Latinos. I don't. I know Latinos, they do come to concerts or whatever. I'm not how sure that is about Houston. I know Houston black as fuck. So if you ain't getting no black people to come to your show in Houston, no disrespect. I mean, if black folks ain't coming to your show in Houston, what as mean niggas as it is in Houston, that mean your live show is probably whack. Now, if he means around the country, like I'm sure if he comes to LA, I'm sure there'll be a lot of Latinos there. Miami, certain cities. But if you can't attract a black audience in black ass Houston, you might need to hire somebody else to change up your live show. Because one thing about us as black people, we ain't coming out to no bullshit. You better put on a show. So this is the thing. This is the point of view that I'm coming from. Black people, we look, especially the men. Let's speak to the men. Culturally, we don't have to be so fast to run to acknowledge other people for being around us. Let's break this all the way down. Just because they like your music don't mean they fuck with your culture. How many times have we as a people been through this? How long do we have to keep going through this shit as a people before niggas understand what time it is and what we dealing with? During the early 1900s, as your ethnics came to America, hold on. Gotta get my preacher music on. In the early 1900s, as the ethnics came to America, they loved our music too. Scott Joplin was the sound of the day, ragtime, and they sat their cultural music down and their cultural traditions, and they listened to what we were creating in a form of music called ragtime. Same thing happened as we get into the 1920s and the 1930s. New immigrants to America from Europe sat their cultural music down, their cultural traditions down, and they listened to jazz. And Count Basie was the sound of the world, Duke Ellington. And they loved our music. And as the 50s came along, swing hit its prime and starting to die out, the jazz greats during the 60s and the 50s had to start going to white audiences because, like traditionally, black people, we tend to move on with our sounds. And the circuit that keeps older acts alive generally is non-black audiences. On the blues side, Buddy Guy, I'm going to go see him in a couple months in his last tour in America. You know, when you're looking at Muddy Waters, when you get into the 60s and the 70s, it's the Europeans that are keeping Muddy Waters and the blues greats relevant. It's always them because they love what we provide. They love our music. Our music is crack. Go and listen to Kanye West. That's that crack music, nigga. That real black music, nigga. La 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 la. That's what it is. Go listen to crack music by Kanye. That's what we create. Our music is crack. Go listen to Andre 3000's freestyle on Love Below It, the last song on his solo side. Cook it in the basement, move it at a show. Grab the microphone, scream, everybody yell ho. Art of Storytelling, Part 4. Our music is crack. Of course they like it. It don't mean they like you. We've been doing this, nigga. I went to go see Kool and the Gang last year at the Hollywood Bowl. Wasn't nothing but white folks. And then when I saw Kool and the Gang in Orange County, wasn't nothing but Mexicans. There was a few black people. I saw them twice in the same year. I think it was 2019. I saw them at the Orange County Fair, and they kept it a little more funky. You know, at least with the Latinos and the black, Kool and the Gang kept it more funky. They played Jungle Boogie, of course. You know, they played Spirit of the Boogie. I love Kool and the Gang. That's one of the funkiest songs ever. Kool and the Gang, Spirit of the Boogie. Dun, 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 that horn lick, man. But when they play in front of the white folks, they don't play the funky shit like Spirit of the Boogie. They play Joanna. I hate that goddamn song by Kool and the Gang. But besides, it's the others that are supporting them, and I get it. But you gotta know that they're supporting it because they like the music, nigga. Not because they like you or your culture. These white folks would lynch niggas to ragtime back in the days. Hell, they play ragtime music on that movie, Birth of a Nation. It was a silent film, but I'm talking about when the promos were out. Because ragtime was the sound of that time. Nigga, look, black men, black folks, what's it gonna take it to get to your thick ass skulls? Just because they fuck with the music don't mean they fuck with you. When a nigga's gonna understand that? We're gonna break Bun B down a little bit further. But in the meantime, take this quick word from our sponsor. That's Ride Ready Car Wash. Hey, this is my sponsor, y'all, but I actually use these. If you in LA, I use them for my own car. I've been using them for like 3 years now, since around the pandemic. And their prices are about the same as what you would do if you had to go out and get your car washed. These brothers, it's a black-owned business. You're going to see young black men and women working and washing your car, but they hella detailed. Like these motherfuckers, when they wash my car, they be getting the dashboard. When they get the rims, they get all up in between the nooks and the crannies of the rims. I'm telling you, Ride Ready Car Wash. Book them now. If you in Southern California, they be down in Orange County. They be in Ventura County. I don't know if they go as far as Ventura County, but they go to the Valley. They go to the Valley. From the Valley to Orange County, if you in Southern California, take that phone number now, 310-753-1947. Instagram at ride.ready. Email ridereadynow@gmail.com or rideready.org. Black-owned brothers, black-owned business. They got their own truck. They got their own water. And when I say they put in work, like I done had them wash my mama car, my sisters, my brother, like my whole family been on them. But they just was like, man, I done turned them on to so much family. Dude was just like, man, let me go ahead and get a sponsorship to your podcast. I was like, man, no doubt. I done already turned you on to 90% of my family. So hit them up right now if you are in Southern California. You dig? You dig? So Bun B, this dude here has decided that he wants to acknowledge them, and that's fine. So let's break down his statement a little further. And then we're going to talk about a few more things as we break. I'm going to break this down a little bit further, and then we're going to talk about some other things going on in hip hop that's concerning right now. Concerning. Let's see here. Nine times out of 10. He said 9 times out of 10. Okay, 9 out of 10. That's just math. Okay. Let's see. Let's see here. He said that's just math. Okay. Okay, so what it says here is Mexican Americans represent 18.9. No, this is Hispanics. This is Hispanics. So he said 9 out of 10. So if 9 out of 10 of your customer base, and that's just math, I got a question. What kind of math is this nigga mathing? 9 out of 10? Let's see. In Houston. Because he's talking about Houston. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so the Hispanic population is 44%. Okay, a lot higher. But it still ain't 90%. What are you talking about? Is the math ain't mathing, my brother. You see, these cats will try to sound smart. They try to hide their cooning and trying to in intelligence, and then tell you 9 out of 10 of your customers are Mexican when they're not even 9 out of 10 people. So what's really going on? It's not 9 out of 10. So what's really underneath what Bun B is saying? Let's go a little deeper. Question. Has Bun B ever acknowledged the contribution of blues to hip hop? Does he spend time acknowledging the contribution of black youth? Has he, or a black woman like Sylvia Robinson, for investing in hip hop? It's a lot of black people that need acknowledgement for making hip hop a thing. Remember, hip hop was a bad word back in the 80s and the 90s. Rap music, rap meant this time. Rap was, it was black kids that had to go and deal with being punished at school with detention or expulsion for dressing like rappers. Remember that back in fellas, press the number 1 if you grew up in the 80s or the 90s. And when you would wear fashionable clothes, especially in the 90s, as jeans got baggy, and they would say you're dressing like a rapper. Press the number 1 if you remember that back in the 90s. Being told you're dressing and rapping, acting with no sound. Y'all said run it back? Y'all said run the video back? All right. Let me see here.
Something to the public 9
There
times
my
out.
bad, y'all.
If you have a product or you present something to the public, 9 times out of 10, Mexican Americans are going to be not only your biggest customer base, but also your most consistent customer base. You know what I'm saying? That's just math. That's just basic math. And to not acknowledge.
That's the part that I missed out on. He said that's basic math. He said that's basic math. He said that's basic math. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 Mexican people that listen to his music is Mexican. Come on, Bun B. 9 out of 10. We can Google this shit, nigga. 18% of the population is 9 out of 10 of your customer base. I'm telling you right now, if 9 out of 10 of your listeners is Mexican and not black, hey, bro, your music sucks. My thing is, I don't like when people try to play me. If you say you want to acknowledge the Latino or the Mexican fan base, go right ahead. 9 out of 10 of your customers. No, just say that's what I want. That's fine. But don't play me for a fool. Don't play me for a fool. Let's go a little further. Larry's in the chat room. Is this true? No one buys Houston. He's talking about Houston in particular. Houston. Is it true that nobody's buying more rap in Houston than Mexicans? I need my people in Houston to let me know. Are more people buying? Let me go back. I said I can't hear.
Customer base. You know what I'm saying? That's just math. That's just basic math. And to not acknowledge that when we're talking about hip hop, look, if you make Houston rap music, nobody buys more of your music than Mexicans. No one comes to your shows more than Mexicans. No one buys more of your merch more than Mexicans play your music. It's a numbers thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And
Houston, is that true? Is it true that, and this for my Houston people, is this true that the Mexicans are the most ones buying his music, buying your merch, the rap merch, and going to the rap shows? Is that true? Y'all saying nah. This nigga said, looks like Pimp C may have been right. He says, as far as they buy Tejano music. Music, okay. Okay. Can be true. He ain't from Houston, he from Port Arthur? Okay. Brother Love says, I never knew Mexicans bump UGK like that. Chill. You stupid. So, this is what I'm trying to figure out. And so, he said, Bun B, Herb saying, he said, I think it's true they make all the money down there. Are you from Houston? I'm only asking people from Houston. I'm only asking people who live in Houston. Who are from Houston, live in Houston. I only want Houston respondents. He's saying, Raider Goldheart said this is true. Edward Jones says, I don't remember any UGK song being in Houston. Okay. See, here's what I want to say to that. Let me finish this. Let me finish this part. Let me unmute this and finish this.
It's important that we acknowledge their participation and their love of the culture. So I wanted to make sure.
Right there. Right there. It's important that we acknowledge their participation. I agree with that. I agree with it. You do want to acknowledge the participation of the people spending money with you. You do. I don't mind that. But it's this part right here, this last part I got a problem with.
We acknowledge their participation and their love of the culture.
And their love of the culture. That's where we stop. It's good business to acknowledge your customer. That's good business. But you take it a step too far when you say and their love of the culture. Love of the culture? Love of the culture. Huh, okay. Nuri Martinez, black. Love of the culture. I don't know how it is in Houston, but this is what we're dealing with in LA. We're dealing with Latinos that took you out of my area. I grew up in the Crenshaw district. USC is gentrifying the Crenshaw district in the jungles. And what these Latinos who love our culture so much did was say was USC is contributing too much money to the blacks. The blacks. They used the word the blacks. And they moved USC into a different district, a district that's heavily populated by Mexicans. Even though USC is gentrifying the black area, but they did it along the lines of race. They did it along the lines of race. And I'm Googling this in front of y'all. The largest racism cases in California. I'm doing this. This is a fresh Google. This isn't no highly prepared show. This is off top of my look. All I do just Google California's largest Latino workers are accused of abusing black colleagues. This is LA Times. Culture? What love of the culture? I guarantee you, all these people that was that was fucking with these black employees, I promise you, all these motherfuckers listen to Tupac. Tupac is Mexican God. You think his name is El Tupaco or some shit? By the way, they love that nigga. And all the Mexicans who love Tupac, they daddy love war and listen to war. All my friends know the low rider. And that person's daddy, their favorite music was the old 50 was Jackie Wilson and Fats Domino. I found my thrill. That's the issue I have with what Bun B said right there. I don't mind you acknowledging participation. But when you conflate them participating in our dope ass culture with love for the culture, that's where you get messed up. And that's where you mislead the people. When I was a kid, they used to always tell us when I was a kid, man, you the generation, you millennials, man, y'all get along. You see what hip hop is doing? Hip hop is bringing together all the young millennials. This is when I was like 16 and 21. The white millennials party with the black millennials, and the Latino millennials party with the Asian millennials. And they told us all this shit when I was 15. I heard all them Gen X niggas and all them baby boomers be like, those millennials coming up, it's something different. Hip hop is bringing the millennials together. Now I'm 42. Millennials we in our 40s now. Our early millennials, we in our early 40s now, and we dealing with the same shit our daddies dealt with. I'm dealing with the same shit my daddy dealt with. When it come to racism, my granddaddy was born in 1924. Man, today's a year. My grandfather died a year ago today. Man, rest in peace, Poppy. He died at 98 years old. And my grandfather saw the influx. He moved to LA in 1937. And he saw when LA was black and white. And then the influx of different cultures and different groups. And those groups coming in, liking our music, liking the blues, liking what we do. But then the minute they get one foot in the door, they not only step in the door, they push us away from the motherfucker door and slam that bitch and lock it. Every goddamn generation that happened. See, I was an observant child. I didn't just let life happen to me when I was a kid. When I was 8, 9 years old, I paid attention to the world I was in, man. My mama had me in them city council meetings with Nate Holden. I'd be mad because when my dad didn't get home from working time, my dad used to get home late. And my brother would be like at football practice or whatever. So I would have to go with my mom to the city council meeting sometimes. My dad got home too late when I was like 7 or 8. And I'd be sitting there playing with my toys, listening to my Aunt Mabel, who lived around the corner on Potomac, listen to her talk about going to the city council to get trees pulled up and to say, hey, these Koreans are treating us like shit, man, in these stores. Why can't we get a black health food store up here? And they be like, well, you got Simply Wholesome. Well, nigga, that's up the hill. What about over here on Crenshaw Rodeo? We want one over here too. I grew up seeing this shit. I grew up listening to the rappers. I remember when I was 10 or 11, I remember listening to, when I was like 15, cats like, Snoop, and I love Snoop, but cats like Snoop, cats like, even Biggie, when you listen to rap, man, everybody, it's always like, it's bringing, and so they wanted me when I was 15 to believe that shit. And I did for a little bit, but I would sit back and watch like, goddamn, they love our music. But when I go to these Latino shops, they don't hire nobody that's black. These Asians love our music, but when I go to these little Korean stores, they ain't. When I'm 17 now, applying for jobs. These Asians ain't hiring me. I'm 19 applying for jobs. These white people who can quote every fucking lyric, every line, Ice Cube of motherfucking Too Short or whatever, they can quote every line, but ain't none of these motherfuckers hiring me. I remember seeing that shit when I was 19, experiencing that. I remember being in college. I got my college degree. I'm 23 years old now. I got a college degree. All right, they told me get a college degree. They told me pull my pants up. They told me to follow directions and to get a good job. But damn, my name is DeJuan Brown. Ain't nobody hiring me. I got a college degree. But they hiring these Mexicans. They hiring these white boys. And these motherfuckers is pulling up, listening to goddamn Ludacris. And they getting opportunities and I'm not. They told me that hip hop was supposed to bring all this shit together. Now I'm in my 40s and I'm saying enough of that shit. I ain't gonna be that nigga selling out the young dudes. You cats in y'all 20s and y'all 30s, and my age, if you 16 listening to me, if you smart, you should have your children listening to me. Yes, I cuss, but I'm gonna give them some game. If they listen to me, let me tell you, your black children, we have no friends. We don't have no friends. None. They don't fuck with us. Just because they love your music and your culture don't mean they love you. They love what the blues produces, not our blues, nigga. See, he got the difference between creation and consumer confused. We're the creators of it. Just because people consume it don't mean they love you. Hell, I consume a lot of Pepsi. I don't love Pepsi. Fuck Pepsi. But that shit good than the motherfucker. And it keep my ass fat too. Because every time I think I done sat Pepsi down, god damn it, that bitch come calling. It'd be a warm summer day. And you hear that can crack. Psst, and all you want is that fizz. God damn it, Pepsi got a hold on me. But I don't love them motherfuckers. Fuck Pepsi. But I drink that shit too goddamn much though. I go 6 months without a goddamn Pepsi. Then the minute I have one, that shit like crack. And that's how our music is. But even more powerful than Pepsi. It's so good. Our music is good, Joe. Our music is good. It got soul. It got feeling. Our music is good. Our music is, man. It's the reason why so many babies was created to Luther Vandross and Marvin Gaye. It's the reason why our music moves the world. Barry White. Because it ain't just hip hop. It's all our music. All that shit good. Ooh. That shit good, ain't it? Like Ruth Chris. I love going to Ruth Chris. Let me get those prawns. I love going to Mastro's. Mastro's got that bread. And man, hell yeah. But I don't love them crackers that own Mastro's. Fuck them. But that's some good ass food when I go though. God damn. They don't love you, nigga. The fuck is your problem? Man, look, I gave myself a pledge when I was a kid. I said, I ain't gonna sell out. When I get older, I ain't gonna sell out the kids the same way I feel like these niggas sold me out. I ain't doing that shit. And I won't. I stand 10 toes down for my people. Bun B. Now we're gonna get into these Jamaicans and what's going on with that. But before we do that, the fuck? Let's see. Yeah, before we do that, I'm gonna need y'all to go to DewanB.com. I'm gonna need y'all to go to the shop. We have 2 more days. My Black American Music Family Tree is on sale, 10% off. You got a few more days. All merchandise related to the Black American Music Family Tree is on sale. Get history on a poster. You can get it in different sizes. You see here, because when we talk about music, we can't talk about hip hop as if it's a root. There are no roots in hip hop. Hip hop has no roots of its own. Hip hop is a branch. Rap music is a branch. It's not a root. It's not a root form of music. No. It's an extension of all that comes before it. Hip hop is extremely far away from the roots of the music that we create. And it's time we as Black people acknowledge ourselves. It's time we acknowledge ourselves. And then after we've acknowledged our greatness and what we've done, creating classic rock, Delta blues, modal jazz, acid jazz, cool jazz, reggaeton, lo-fi, deep house, Eurobeat, crossover pop, Chicano rap comes out of the P-Funk, nigga, blues rock, Brit pop, vaudeville, P-Funk, reggae, ska, that comes out of doo-wop and gospel and R&B. I'll acknowledge y'all after I'm done acknowledging myself and my auntie and my uncles and my grandmama. We got to acknowledge grandmama first. Niggas don't, you ever, that's an issue with us as a people. We will acknowledge grandmama that kept us warm when mama had to work overtime. It was granddaddy that, even though he cussed us out, didn't say 2 words to us because he was too busy listening to B.B. King and drinking that yak, drinking that Thunderbird. Granddaddy still provided a home for us. How you not going to acknowledge what granddaddy listened to? Muddy Waters. You willing to acknowledge other groups before you acknowledge P.D. Wheatstraw, nigga? Before you acknowledge Fats Water, Fats Domino? Before you acknowledge Scott Joplin? Before you acknowledge John Coltrane and Smokey Robinson? Before you acknowledge Duke Ellington and George Duke? Nigga, we got to acknowledge Patrice Rushen, nigga. Before we acknowledge other people, we got to acknowledge Herbie Hancock. We got so many. We got to acknowledge the young 15-year-old black boy who said, you know what? I'm not going to steal this CD. I'm going to go and cut some extra grass so I can buy this new MC Hammer CD. Why don't you acknowledge him? Every black kid didn't steal. I know I didn't steal. I didn't. When I was a kid, nigga, if I wanted, I'd never forget when the Michael Jackson Bad CD came out. De La Soul dropped an album. I think it was De La. They dropped an album around the same time as Michael Jackson's, not Bad, Dangerous. Around the same time Michael Jackson's Dangerous came out, De La Soul dropped the album. And I didn't steal. So I had to go and clean some shit. I cleaned my grandfather's garage out to get some extra money to buy both albums. But no, when it comes to black folks, you'll acknowledge how much we steal. You'll acknowledge how much we fight. You'll acknowledge how much we fuck up. But you don't acknowledge those of us who made decisions on choosing buying that CD over buying that T-shirt. And that's why we not blessed as a people overall. We don't take care of home. We got to take care of the land that grandmama left us. Get your limited edition. Oh, and also, if you're new to my site, if you never ordered anything before, use the discount code TAKE5. TAKE5 will get you $5 off the whole website, all right? Coupon code TAKE5. That will get you $5 off the whole website. Everything on the website, $5 off. Well, we got a whole list of people to acknowledge. But nah, niggas don't want to do that. See, when you acknowledge other groups and give them too much credit, this is what happens. You get Jamaicans claiming hip hop. So I was going through Twitter, and this is through the Jamaicans trending. I'm just scrolling through. This was trending. They talk about the 9 elements of hip hop. First of all, breakdance. I'm not gonna go too deep into this part, but breakdance is not an element of hip hop. Question: if you can listen to hip hop and do half hip hop without breakdancing, that means it's not an element. An element means something core to it. H2O. Water is 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. If you remove one of those parts of hydrogen, and it's 1 part hydrogen, 1 part oxygen, you no longer have water. An element is something that all of it is something you cannot do without. So breakdance isn't an element. It was a dance that was around during the original time. But when it comes to breakdance, they were breakdancing to funk before they were breakdancing to hip hop, okay? But rapping, that's ours. But breakdance is ours. Rapping is ours. Graffiti art is ours. DJing is ours. Beatboxing is ours. Motherfucking, they was beatboxing in the 20s, nigga. Street fashion. Don't nobody dress fake Versace shirts and white jeans and loafers. Like, nigga, why are you wearing these box white jeans, nigga, with a Versace shirt? And why? When I was in the 90s, the Jamaicans were known for having too much Polo cologne on. Y'all remember Polo in the green bottle with the gold cap? Jamaicans that have like, and no disrespect to the Jamaicans, but y'all just had a different fashion, a different style than us. And that street fashion never played any part in hip hop. Street language. Bumbleclot is not a word in hip hop. Street knowledge. Street knowledge is something that all black music is a part of. Street knowledge is a core component of jazz, the blues, the rhythm and blues, the funk, the disco. All of our music has been social awareness messages up until the government really got in control of what we do. But all of this is black culture. All of this is black American culture. I remember hearing this.
You know what I mean? Because I was in England, we was listening to like Chubby Checker.
Yep.
Little white stuff, you know what I mean? The Beatles, no diss, you know, the same thing, Harvest.
Yeah.
And then when we came to America, was exposed to this world, not only on music, but TV too, like Shaft and Across 110th Street. It was very soulful, so I was exposed to a swag that I hadn't developed yet. So I tried to incorporate all of it as much as, you know, you do. I was like from nerds, and they was like cool cats.
See? Slick Rick acknowledging it. Slick Rick acknowledged what the real deal is. Audio doubling, my bad. Look at the cool. This is the part right here.
Make the American people them dance to the music. I start to say that I could use their rhythm bass instead of using Jamaican rhythm bass. But along the way, a few people know I was Jamaican.
See, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Oh yeah, this is what I want to say. This part here.
From some of the jukebox, you know, to build these box with a lot of glass and fancy stuff and writing on it.
Was he speaking on the
No, the speaking wasn't really in the swing. I came back and changed that with a lot of toasting, you know.
Did you get that idea from America?
America, right. And then
The idea of toasting from America. Toasting is what they call clowning. What we call clowning and cracking jokes. You want to see... Now, I want to play this video, but... What is a... You want to know where a lot of your... And this is some notes for y'all. A lot of your laughing is part of our music, cracking jokes within our music. But one of the people who was really big into that is Fats Waller. When you go back and listen to Fats Waller always integrated jokes within his music. Look right, I'm playing it right here. Look at where my cursor is. You see the bilanguage Fats Waller is playing with? He always pulled in jokes and cracked jokes within his music. He has a song called my very best friend, the Milkman. Talking about the milkman, basically the one fucking his wife. Ain't misbehaving. Like Fats Waller was one of the. If we're talking about 100 years ago now, 90 years ago, we're talking about Fats Waller was to the 1920s, early 1930s what He's as big. Who could I equate him to now? I could equate him to Kendrick Lamar now. He was back then where Kendrick is now. Fats Waller was during that time, during his heyday. He was what, who else? Lil Wayne during his prime. Where, you know, prime Lionel Richie, prime Mariah Carey in the 90s. That's Fats Waller. And he made a lot of music with the cracking jokes, the tone, and what Jamaicans call toasting. And they heard his music. His music went into the DNA of what they do. So this is something that I think we need to keep bringing up and keep acknowledging, because the assault on our culture is going to be nonstop. So that means our response has to be nonstop. We can't take a day off. They're not taking a day off. Neither can we. They ain't taking a day off, and neither can we. We must defend our culture and have 10 toes down. And black men, man, stop all that shit. We ain't, niggas, look, if you ain't gonna defend the culture, at least just shut the fuck up. Stop giving shit away, man. Here's the cold part about it. The Latinos didn't even ask. That's the crazy part about it. Bun B, they didn't even ask. They coming to your show regardless, nigga. They didn't even ask. Learn from Ice Cube. Y'all remember when Ice Cube first came out with the plan for Black America? Even now, go look at the comment section when Ice Cube talks about the plan for Black America. It was so many people that were mad that so-called love hip-hop, so-called love Ice Cube. The minute he stood 10 toes down for black people, there was a lot of people from the Latin community that had took issue, saying, why can't this plan be for everybody? And I remember there was like a boycott at one point where they tried to boycott Ice Cube. See if I can find that. Here it is. No, this isn't it. But Ice Cube, they went hard at him. They got mad at Ice Cube, and Ice Cube did a video on Twitter to where he talked about, hey, look, you know, I know y'all may be mad at me, but hey, it's time for black people. Like we've helped everybody else. It's our time. And guess what? Latinos are still showing up to Ice Cube concerts. They're not going to not show up to your concerts. They're not going to not buy your merch, buy your albums, because you stood 10 toes down for black people. They're not going to not do that because your music is crack. And that's something I want all black artists to understand. Your music is crack. You have the leverage. Black people, black content creators, black singers, actors, you have the leverage. You got the recipe. We got the recipe. See, what black people got to understand is we got to understand that we're Pepsi. We're Coke. We got the recipe. Everybody consumes it. Everybody consumes KFC, but only KFC got the recipe. When you got the recipe, that means you control the masters. You are the master. But you got to know you're the master. And you have to walk like in the walk of a master. You have to be the master. And being is an action. It's not a concept. And my question is this. What happened to all these rappers, man? And I'm not saying this about, in particular, Bun B, but in rap in general. Man, I grew up in the 90s thinking y'all was the hardest niggas on earth. Not just the gangster rappers, but all the rappers. Even to this day, niggas look tough. Y'all act tough. Y'all talk real tough to other black people. But now you got Fat Joe and Busta Rhymes stealing your culture openly. And y'all ain't saying shit. Y'all ain't saying shit. I had to sit back and listen to all you niggas huff and puff about how tough you niggas y'all was. Y'all all backing down looking like hoes right now. All you rappers. Only one I told you before, only one I'm giving a pass to is Ice Cube because he's fighting for something way bigger right now. He's fighting for he putting 10 toes on the line for our reparations. So Ice Cube's the only one I give any kind of acknowledgement to. The rest of you niggas sound like punks. Like this cat right here. Fat Joe got tired of hearing my shit. Look at this. I just saw this shit today. I'm like, this nigga Fat Joe blocked me? That's not very gangster. I ain't even saying nothing to Fat. I don't even tweet Fat Joe. I never even at this dude. Is he tired of people retweeting my tweets and putting them in his face? I don't know. But I don't respect it. And I don't respect none of you gangster rap niggas either. I don't. You'll sit around and some of y'all hear what I'm saying and you'll come and see me and you'll do like Shannon Sharp did Kwame. You act real tough to me. Because I'm saying what I'm saying, I'm sure some of you gangster rapping niggas will want to fight me or say something bad about me or whatever. You'll go real hard on me. But you'll let Fat Joe steal your culture. Right in front of you. And you won't say shit. I don't respect you. And if you come hard at a nigga like me while you let these other people steal your culture, you just gonna look like a bitch. Where you niggas at? I don't respect none of you niggas sitting around being quiet. And the reason why, and let me make it very clear why I don't respect y'all. Because again, I grew up in the Crenshaw district. I had to listen to y'all terrorize my neighborhood my whole fucking life. Talk about how tough you are. I grew up, I'll never forget when All Eyes on Me dropped. And all these niggas who was raised in 2-parent households, goody two-shoes ass kids, all of a sudden they wanted to be gangsters. And then when Jay-Z came out with that, I call it the Jay-Z era, the Jay-Z style of hip-hop is that fuckboy style of hip-hop. I'm the man because I spend more money than you. I'm tough because I buy bottles, I buy Ace of Spades, and I drive a Rolls Royce, and my woman's the baddest bitch on the planet, and you want to be me. Y'all, everybody hating. That's all I've been hearing in rap the last 20 years. Everybody hating on me. You want to be me. I'm the man because I got more money than you. Where you niggas at? Somebody is pissing on your turf, on your territory, on the cultural tradition your parents passed down to you, and you niggas are quiet. I don't respect y'all. Put it out there. And I dare one of you niggas to say something to me. you're going to look like more of a bitch. Because if you got heat for me and not for these people that's taking your shit, you know what you are? You that buck that massa bent over and raped in front of all of us. That's who you are. If any of you rappers or hip-hop niggas want to come at me for what I'm saying and not Fat Joe and not Busta Rhymes and these niggas, you're that buck that got fucked in front of the rest of us. Your booty hole diameter is as wide as a soda can because you've been getting run through, bitch ass niggas. Just say you like it. Hell, you hoe ass niggas probably throw it back. And then want to come around black people and act tough. I'm tired of the tough act. It's a new world. Black people got to stop acting tough and start being tough. Be tough to the people that threaten your cultural legacy. Be tough to the people who who highlight what's wrong with you, but don't acknowledge what's good with you. Be tough on the people that say they created what they didn't create. Be tough on them. Being tough on other black people, that shit's whack. Ain't no more being tough on other black people. You look like a bitch. Oh, you shot another black person today? You a bitch. Oh, you got into a disagreement with another black man, so you fought him. You a bitch. That black man disrespected you, and I gotta now do. What's up with all these rappers and these beefs y'all be in? These niggas will start a rap beef over nothing. Where are you niggas start first rap artist to start a rap beef? Y'all know y'all can take Fat Joe out. Why y'all scared of Fat Joe? What the fuck can he do? You think he can create something that's gonna get you back? You niggas is hoes. Where is the rap beef with Fat Joe? You niggas like beefing all the goddamn time. Where's the rap beef with Busta Rhymes? You niggas like fighting each other all the goddamn time, proving how tough you are. That's my question. All you niggas sound like hoes. Hey, Rachel, that's not a black name. So, Hinojosa, you ain't black. So, you ain't got no, whoever they is, Rachel Hinojosa in the chat room, you ain't black. So, you ain't got no words in this conversation. This is a black conversation. COA out of this. You don't get to speak when black people are talking about black shit. Get your ass out of here. Or shut up and listen. Just shut up and listen. The same way you shut up and listen to our music. Shut up and listen. Yeah. And this is my chat room, so that means you shut the fuck up. Black people, we ain't gotta, where is the rap beef with these cultural imperialists? I think a black man said Kayate Kulo. And there's it. They said Kayate. But yeah, I'm not gonna keep y'all all day. I got some shit to do a little bit later on. I got a reading to do. I got a card reading to do in about an hour or less. So I gotta tap into my spirit. take a good music sound bath to wash this coonery off me. I've been reading up and down Twitter, listening to Bun B's comments, and man, I got a certain coon must on me now that I got to go take a shower and wash off before I go do this reading. You dig? And again, this is not disrespectful to all people. I'm not gonna send them the battle. Man, salute to Darlene Ortiz. See, someone like Darlene Ortiz, D, I can't call her a culture vulture. She acknowledges what it is. D don't come in trying to claim anything. She acknowledges being there, but she's a guest and she stays in a guest place. I fucks with D Darlene Ortiz. Every time I see her, it's nothing but love. Darlene Ortiz is a very sweet, genuine soul. Let me tell y'all that right now. But at the same time, we can love other people that participate in our culture, but we gotta love ourselves first. We gotta be willing to give to ours first. And after we acknowledge our long-standing cultural legacy, after that, we can then appreciate others for having fun with us. But we never give them credit for loving us because they don't. They love what we create. They love the blues that the music produce, not us. All right? All right? Go to DewanB.com. God damn it. Go to DewanB.com. Limited edition. You are limited edition, black folks. We are a limited edition. Exclusive club. Get your t-shirt right now, DewanB.com/shop. Use the coupon code TAKE5 for $5 off your order. And get your Black American Music Family Tree 10% off for the rest of the month. You only got 2 more days to get 10% off your Black American music artwork. And my personal favorite shirt, black people don't owe anybody anything but an ass whooping. This is my favorite shirt right here that I made. This is what it is. We don't owe nobody shit, Bun B. Only thing we owe other motherfuckers is an ass whooping for stealing our culture and not giving us acknowledgement. That's the only thing we owe these motherfuckers. Get your readings at breakthroughcards.com. Find out your card. And next week, either this Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to read the forecast for the United States for his birth year, July 4th to July 4th. We're going to review my last year's reading to show how accurate a nigga was, and we're going to forecast into next year. I think we're going to do that on Sunday. So for those of you who are into the cards, into the cardology, we're going to do that on Sunday. If you're not into the cards, then don't listen. All right? And remember this, there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those who are willing to listen. My name is Dewan. I'm out.